Hey there, I'm Sparkle, just a girl who loves art. Now that's what it says on my about page, and that's probably what you saw when you subscribed to my channel. But what does that mean? Like, who am I? A lot of people are very curious, so to answer your questions today, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. And as we're doing that, I'm going to be making a drawing of myself, so join me as we do both of those things together. And to shake things up a little bit today, we're going to be doing some digital art on my brand new engraved iPad and my first ever blue iPad as well. So this is a birthday gift, and no, my birthday is not today, it wasn't recently, it's not coming up soon, so you can't guess it. Also, I drew this wallpaper myself, I'm pretty proud of it. And also, hi, semi sort of face reveal, I guess. And also I got this cool screen protector. It kind of gives like a paper-like effect, which is pretty cool. And I got this new stylus as well. Now it's not an Apple pencil, but it's so pretty. It goes from like a white to purple gradient, and I just love it so much, mainly because of the color. So we're going to be using this today. And with that, let's get this party started. But just one more thing, I'm not sure how many people noticed this, but I'm wearing a stitch ring, and this thing is so old. I think probably a decade old. I think I got it with like a Happy Meal or like a surprise bowl. I'm not sure. It's so old that I can't even remember. But yeah, I thought it would be nice to wear since today we're going with a bit of a blue theme. Now let's get everything ready. I've got my blue ring, my blue top, and my blue iPad. But I think something's missing. So just before we officially start this Q&A, let's go ahead and change the background to match this entire blue vibe. And we can do that with just a little bit of magic. And with that, I think we are all prepared to begin our Q&A, so let's get this started. Now let me break down exactly how this is going to work. So we have 360 comments from my recent community post with multiple questions in each comment. So the plan is that I'm just going to be scrolling through the comments and just picking out random questions and answering them, trying to cover as many questions as I can. So with that, let's begin. The first question is, the first one I see at least, what's your favorite art challenge? Ooh, that's interesting. I think my favorite art challenge would be the 3-color challenge, just because, oh, hold on, no, wait. Okay, if I had to choose, I would say my top 2 favorite would be the 3 emoji challenge and the 3-color challenge, because they both give you so much creative freedom. They're not like too restricting, and they can also like inspire you if you don't exactly know what direction you want to go into with your drawing. That was a nice question. I haven't actually thought about it before, so thank you for your question. Now the next one is, what is your favorite song? Oh, that is such a hard question. I think my favorite song at this particular moment would probably have to be, I would have to say the song Eye to Eye from the Goofy movie, because I've just been hearing it a lot recently and it's just like stuck in my head. Like when I'm doing something, all I hear in the background is just, we're seeing it eye to eye, oh my. Also, it's a really good movie, so if you want to check it out, I would definitely recommend it. The next question is, who's your best friend? Okay, just to play it safe, because I know my friends will be watching this, I'm gonna say my best friend is Mr. June, and we'll stick with that. Now the next question, do you have a favorite art YouTuber? Yes, of course I do, and that's Drawing with Waffles. She really inspired me back when I just kind of lost meaning with art, and she kind of just helped me to see that art doesn't have to be realistic, it just needs to be fun, and the process matters more than the final result. And yeah, she's definitely my favorite and most inspiring art YouTuber. Now just scrolling through the comments again, the next question is, do your friends in real life know you have a channel? Yes, they do. When I started my channel, even before I posted my very first video, the very first thing that I did was I told my friends, and of course they subscribed, and they've been supporting me from the very beginning, which I'm so grateful for. And also they eventually did get around to telling other people in my class and my teachers, which was actually really funny because their reactions were just kind of like, whoa, actually? That's insane. And everyone was just so supportive. Sometimes they called me Sparkle in class, which was a fun memory. And yeah, so basically almost everyone that I knew currently knows that I have a channel. Yeah. Aside from that, our neighbors know, my parents' friends know, and their colleagues know, and everyone's just really supportive, so I'm definitely very grateful for that. Next up, how would you describe what you look like? Well, that's exactly what this drawing is for. So in today's drawing, I tried to kind of capture how I look. I think I covered everything exceptionally well, including the outfit, because I literally just drew myself in the exact outfit I was wearing in the morning. But the one thing that I'm not completely satisfied with is the face, because it doesn't look exactly like how I see myself. It looks like I'm drawing someone else, but aside from the actual proportion and structure of the face, everything else looks pretty accurate to me. So yeah, that is how I would describe myself. And now the next question is, what's your dream job? Okay, this is a really good question, and I would love it if someone could just give me the answer, because I've been waiting my entire life to have that main character moment where I just suddenly realize my dreams in life, where I just know exactly who I want to be, who I'm destined to be, where I find out what my destiny is, what my fate is, what my dream job is. But to be honest, I don't know. I don't know what my dream job is. But at the moment, we're just not going to think about it, and we're just going to wait for it to happen. Instead, let's focus on the current moment and just enjoying what we have right now. The next question is, how are you? I'm doing really good. Thank you so much for asking. How are you doing? And now the next question is, what's your favorite movie? Now this is actually such a hard question to answer because there's so many good movies out there. Like, which one do I even pick? I could say Harry Potter, I could say Disney movies, but like based on what I've watched recently, I would say my favorite movie has to be either Cruella, the live action, or Age of Ultron from Marvel Avengers. Like, that movie was so good. But then again, so was Black Panther, so was Doctor Strange, so was Captain America. Okay, yeah, there we go. I am just getting out of control. Moving on to the next question now. Wait, one more. Thor Ragnarok. That was also so good. Okay, now I'll stop. The next question is, what is your favorite drawing in all of your sketchbooks? Ooh, my favorite drawing, I think I would say would be the very first drawing I made of my dog when I first got him, because that was when I was trying to discover my art style when it came to drawing him, and I just love how that drawing looks. It's not perfect, but it just holds such a sweet memory. And eventually I did teach myself how to draw my dog, and now I can draw him easily with my eyes closed and my hands tied behind my back, because I've just been drawing him that much and it's just kind of imprinted into my brain and memory. And now the next question is, how do you always know what you want to draw? Now this is such a cool question because I kind of want to talk about this. So sometimes when I come to draw, I know exactly what I want to do. I sit down to draw because I have a concept in my mind that I kind of want to put into action and see how it looks laid out on paper. But most of the time when I'm drawing in my sketchbook, I sit down to draw because I want to draw, but at the same time, I don't know what to draw. Okay, stay with me here. So what I do in those times is I just sit down and I either just think of something completely random, or I look at a random color palette around me and just make a drawing inspired by that. Now, to give you a real example, yesterday I wanted to draw, but I didn't know what to draw. So I sat down and I grabbed out my water-based markers. I saw the red one and I thought, what if I draw Elmo from Sesame Street? So then I drew Elmo, and then I decided to use alcohol-based markers on top, kind of just a spur-of-the-moment decision. And then I drew 2 more characters. Then I decided to add like a rainbow background. I decided to do some rainbow hand lettering and then add some hearts and a butterfly. Just like that, the page was filled. And that's kind of just how my brain works sometimes. It just goes on the basis of randomness. And now this next question is actually so cool. It is, what is your childhood show? Now there's so many to list, like where do I even begin? We have Bananas in Pajamas, we have Mr. Maker, we have Angelina Ballerina, we have Olivia, what else? We have Play School, Sesame Street, and of course we can't forget about Winx, Monster High, Ever After High, Ben 10, Animaniacs, Scooby-Doo, Land Before Time, Dora the Explorer. There's the Looney Tunes Show, Blinky Bill, just so many different cartoons. Oh, Flipper and Kapaka, Kid vs. Cat, just so many random things. But I think my favorite out of all of these would definitely have to be Tom and Jerry. And I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before. I don't know what it is about Tom and Jerry, but it's just consistently been my favorite cartoon. Okay, wait. I just remembered some more. We have My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and the one that came before that I can't exactly recall the name of. Then we have Thomas the Train, Peppa Pig, Quack Pack, DuckTales, and who remembers House of Mouse, because it used to be one of my favorites. I feel like I could finish this entire video by just listing out more cartoons, but let me stop myself right there because I think it's time for the next question. So the next question is, if your art could talk, what would it say to people? Like, dude, that is a really good question. Thank you. So my art, if it could talk, I really hope that it would tell people they have a good day. I hope my art will tell them, I hope you're having a good day, I hope you continue to have a good day, and I hope that I brought a smile to your face. Now this next question is kind of funny. The question is, are you a human? And to that, I say, yes, I am. The next question is, how did you tell your parents that you wanted to have a YouTube channel? So actually, it was my parents' idea for me to start a YouTube channel because I was drawing a lot and I was also feeling kind of bored because of lockdown. So they suggested the idea to me, and that's essentially how it all began. Until this day, they have supported me all the way, and I'm so grateful for all they've done. Also, get ready for some real-time drawing sounds. And now let's move on to the next question. Now I'm going to pick something a bit more common, something that people ask me a lot, and that question is, are you going to do a face reveal? When are you going to do a face reveal? Why haven't you done a face reveal? Do you have a face? Well, people don't ask that, but I think they assume it. So to answer that question, let me tell you what's going on. So it's really just not as complicated as you might think it is. Here's the thing. When I first started my channel, I never even thought about doing a face reveal because at the time it never mattered to me. So that's why it's never been something on my list of priorities. And to be honest, you guys have kind of sort of convinced me into considering potentially doing a face reveal, because nowadays whenever I post a video, I get so many comments of people asking me to do a face reveal. On one side, it's kind of fun to keep you guys in that mysterious element where you have no idea how I look. At the other time, a face reveal might actually be kind of fun. So I'm thinking about it. No one's stopping me from doing a face reveal. Nothing is stopping me. It's completely my choice. And I think you guys are on the verge of convincing me. But that is all I'm going to say. I'm going to stop myself right there. I'm not committing to it just yet. I'm not making any promises, but I'm just taking it under consideration. And with that, let's just go ahead and answer some of the really common questions that people ask me a lot. And those questions are, get ready for it. Where are you from? Where do you live? What's your birthday? And how old are you? So to answer those questions, I come from Earth. I live on Earth. I was born on my birthday. And as for my age, I am 1 day older than I was yesterday. Thank you so much for listening. Jokes aside, I'm not trying to be rude, but these are slightly more personal questions, and maybe I will answer them in the future, but I'm not quite ready to answer them at this present moment. I hope you guys understand, and thank you so much for understanding. And now back to our community post. So I was kind of going down from the top comments this whole time, but for a change, let's click on the newest comments and see what we have there. So I can already see an interesting one, which is, what's your favorite food? Ooh, I like that question. I wish I could just tell you one favorite food that I love, but I love all the different types of food out there. I mean, what's not to love? I love nachos, burritos, quesadillas, sushi, dumplings, noodles, fried rice, pastas, wraps, salads, tteokbokki, fried chicken, and we can't forget the sweet foods like waffles, cake. But if I really just had to pick only one out of all of these, I think at this particular moment, I would probably say sushi. And now for the next question, it is, how do you do your handwriting so stylish? firstly, thank you. I really appreciate that. And secondly, what I did was when I was younger, I learned how to draw in cursive, and then I gradually kind of stylized that cursive into my own style. You know what? If you think about it, it's kind of like an art style. Like you first start off by studying things in real life, and then you kind of just develop your own art style. And I guess that's kind of what I did with my handwriting. Wow, I never thought about it that way, but that's kind of cool, right? And now the next question is, when did you bring Mr. June to your home? So we got him when he was a puppy. We got him back in 2019, and now he is 6 years old as of this year. But even though his 6th birthday is this year, whenever I take him outside for like walks and stuff, whenever someone sees him, they're like, oh, that's such a cute puppy. Can I touch your puppy? You have a really cute puppy. And that just makes me so happy because I still see him as a puppy. He is still a puppy to me in everything he does. And the fact that other people see him that way as well just makes me feel really happy. And now for the next question, how do you film your long videos and stay persistent? So the thing is, I've noticed that sometimes when I film my videos, but I don't exactly enjoy the process, I kind of begin to feel a little bit burnt out. But when I record videos that I like and I have fun doing it, it's just easy to stay consistent because you're essentially just doing what you love, and just doing the actual task itself feels like a reward. So I think that's how I kind of did it, especially when I had like my exams, like during exam season, I still managed to kind of stay consistent, like somewhat consistent. And I think it's just because I enjoy doing art, and I kind of looked at YouTube and art as my break from studying rather than an extra task in addition to studying, and that kind of helped me, just that mindset shift. The next question is, what is your subscriber goal that you really want to get to? Here's the thing, my subscriber goal was actually just 100 subscribers, and I got there. So then my next goal was 1,000, and I got there. The next goal was 10,000, and again, we got there. Then 100,000, and we got there. And now, instead of focusing on subscriber goals, I'm kind of just focusing on making content that I'm proud of and connecting with you guys. I feel like that's more important now, and just doing those things will naturally help me to grow my subscriber count because more people who like my content will watch it. And that's just what I value right now. I just really want to make content that I'm proud of and that you guys can enjoy. Alright now, so I just did something. You know how I was reading through the newest comments? Well, I scrolled all the way to the bottom of 370 comments, and now we're going from there. So the very first person who commented asked me a question, which is, are you a fan of music? And what type of singer do you like? Okay, I like that question. Of course, I'm a fan of music. The thing is, more than singers, I really love just instrumental music and lo-fi music. In specific, I love the jazz music from before the 2000s. I just love having it playing in the background. It just gives me like main character vibes, and it just makes me feel so much more productive and happy. And now that we're wrapping up this drawing, let me see how many more questions I can get to. The next question is, do you like acrylic markers, alcohol markers, or colored pencils? I like all these art supplies. In fact, I love using all of these together rather than just using one by itself. But I think colored pencils will always just have a special place in my heart just because, you know, growing up as a kid, colored pencils is what a lot of kids, including me, used a lot. Now this question is kind of funny, which is, why won't your markers ever run out when you're coloring? I don't know, my markers should have run out by now. I don't want to jinx it, but I guess with a bit of love and a bit of magic on your side, you can kind of just keep them going. And we have one more question. I love this question, and it is, if your art was a song, what song title would you use? I would hope to use the song title, Keep On Sparkling. I just love it. I think it sounds so nice and very magical as well. But anyways, as you can see, I'm almost done working on my drawing. We're signing it off because I think it's time for the grand reveal. But just before that, I do want to say that this drawing does kind of look like me, but kind of not. Like, I showed my parents and immediately they were like, that's you. But I think it kind of does look like me to some extent. So even though I haven't done a face reveal yet, I hope this can suffice. Also, if you've managed to watch all this way, thank you so much, and to let me know you made it this far, feel free to comment this emoji down below. Thank you so much. And with that, let me present to you the grand reveal of my drawing, or should I say, of myself, my self-portrait. Here it is. Here I am. There we go. This is almost exactly how I looked in the morning of that day, except I had a half-up high pony, but other than that, this is essentially exactly how I looked. Same outfit, same accessories, and same color palette. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out, but more than anything, I'm so happy that I could record the process and share it with you guys, and that you watched the video all this way, because that really truly means so much to me. And to finalize it, let's just sign it off, and also check how long this drawing took. Okay, 2 hours and 40 minutes. Not that bad, because all that time I was just enjoying myself, so the time kind of just flew by. And you know what? Since I do have a little more time on my hands, let's see how many more questions I can answer. So this is a nice question. Do you remember your very first subscriber? And the answer to that is yes. Yes, I do, because my very first subscribers were my parents. And the next question is, what is your nail care routine? So I know this might not be helpful, but my nail care routine is just nothing. I don't do anything in specific to help my nails. I just kind of let them exist and grow out, and that's essentially it. Another question is, have you visited art museums near you? And I have. They're really cool. And also another question is, what is your all-time favorite art supply? And my all-time favorite art supply would have to be just a simple, trusty old pencil, ideally paired with an eraser and a sharpener. And now the next question is, what's your favorite season? Definitely summer, because there's so many outfit options, the sun is always up, and I just feel so much like motivation randomly to do stuff and to get out and just have fun. And now the final question is, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? I think my favorite flavor would probably have to be... Give me a second. As an ice cream lover, it's hard for me to decide, but I would have to say caramel, followed by chocolate and vanilla. And I reckon that would just about wrap up our Q&A. I just want to send out a very big thank you to everyone who commented wonderful questions. I had lots of fun reading through them and answering them. And I hope you guys all have a fabulous day. Stay awesome as always, and I will see you all in the very next video. Bye!